My name is Sterling, and I am on location. It had been a windy and exhilarating time so far on the Oregon coast. My adventures included wetsuit surfing just off the Double Sponge Bowl and kite flying with the Lincoln City Summer Kite Festival. After that warm-up, I was migrating south to try kiteboarding with Floras Lake Kite Windsurf. We're here this morning at Floras Lake, kiteboarding and windsurfing. Nice to meet you, Josh. Thanks for meeting with us today.
Yes, it's going to be an exciting day.
Kiteboarding sounds and looks really interesting. I've watched some videos before I came. I'm willing to admit that I am not fully prepared, and that's why you're here.
We're out here on the southern Oregon coast, pretty isolated, you could say. It's Curry County. We're 3 hours away from the biggest town.
How many people do you train in a year?
Our season starts in April. In kind of May, it starts heating up. In June's kind of our official kickoff, like what is that, Memorial Day, President's Day, one of those weekends?
Well, of course, Memorial Day on that one.
Memorial Day. And so June, basically the wind picks up. It comes out of the north for us. And north winds are our best teaching winds. Like in July, it's our busiest month. So 30 days of upwards of 6 people a day, 4 or 5 people a day. So when it's windy, we can get like we'll each do 2 lessons a day, and we have 3 instructors. So it can add up. There's a decent amount of people.
Along the Oregon coast, where else can I get lessons that teach what you guys teach in this kind of environment?
Absolutely nowhere. We're super unique. There's the setup of the lake next to the ocean. We get clean wind off the ocean. There's nowhere really along the coast that gets its consistent wind. Cape Blanco right here is consistently one of the windiest places in North America. And so it's windy here. There's nowhere better to learn to kite surf on the Oregon coast. Right?
Fantastic.
So we'll go to the beach and kind of get you actually doing it. That's the best way to learn.
All right, let's get to learning. Come on, Dogmatix, let's go.
My kiteboarding journey began with some one-on-one time with my trainer Josh, going over the basics.
So if I want to come up, what does it just want to stay there? Oh yeah, it just wants to stay where it wants to stay. I can't really steer it.
After giving me a feel for the kite, Josh ran out the line so I could practice.
I'm ready! Why didn't it turn?
Totally control.
Considered an extreme sport, kiteboarding can trace its roots back about 40 years to a patent in the Netherlands. The patent covers a water sport using a floating board, a harness, and the power of the wind. 35 years later, it became an Olympic event, and today it is enjoyed by millions of people worldwide.
I'm really glad I got some sunglasses out of the car.
As the lesson continued, Josh showed me some basic kite moves. With these instructions, I learned how kiteboarding is a combination of surfing, sailing, paragliding, and snowboarding. While I was downloading all of this information, Dogmatix was running the beach and shooing away hungry seagulls.
A little gusty, whoa. Do you want great big loops or you want tight little loops? Or is it pretty much defined by the power, isn't it?
Yeah.
Power that, as a rookie, I could not always harness.
So I just phoned it. So if I got noon, I got 1. I don't want 1, I want 1. So I gotta go dive bomb.
You gotta dive bomb. Oh, you can save it. There you go. Yeah! Right through him!
How you doing? It's because I'm good at aim. Oh wait, that's not what happened there.
Despite nearly squishing the camera crew, I graduated to a larger kite.
It weighs nothing.
After running the line and discussing some basics with Dogmatix supervising, Josh hooked me up to the kite to do some body drags.
I've graduated from the beach and now we're going to move some water. Well, it was practice kites, 2 and 3 meters. And now we're gonna go get a wetsuit and step up to a board on my feet. Well, probably we're gonna pace ourselves on that.
Pace yourself. So you're basically having the kite just drag you around. All of a sudden this kite's gonna be more powerful. And so since you have that more control, we can power you up more. You can You're able to move it, you're able to generate more power.
Some of your lessons are 3-day lessons, so a little bit.
Yes, so
this is like the compressed program.
Getting the compressed expressway. It's a lot to learn, a lot involved. It's very dynamic.
Take a vacation to do it.
Exactly. Take the vacation.
It sounds fantastic. Let's go get ready.
Let's do it.
After donning my cold water gear, a necessity in the Pacific Northwest, I was ferried across the lake via a jet ski. Dogmatix continued to supervise as Josh prepared the kite. Today's moderate winds were ideal, and I got into the atmosphere right away. Kiteboarding is praised for being a relatively inexpensive sport to start. The harness and kite sizes can be very accommodating to a physically diverse range of people. I am no expert, but I am having a great time. I am experiencing a lot of wipeouts, but I am learning the currents of the wind, the movements of the kite, the pull of the water, and getting better every try.
Man, it's just like the littlest touch. You're like, okay, let's go for a ride. Here we go. All right. She can enter it. Okay.
There you go.
Josh assured me that ragdolling across the lake doing body drags was all part of the fun. He was right, but now Josh wanted me to stand up on the board. I do not think Dogmatix was impressed by my performance. But practice makes perfect. The remainder of my lesson was spent learning to stand up on the board, or whatever the wind felt like doing. And a large amount of water to my face.
Josh, for the Excel course, how was I?
You know, from beach to water all in one day, and it's still pretty compressed, you did awesome. And that's what's great about kiting is the progression's really fast.
It's really, really rewarding. You're like crashing the kite, then you're not. And then you're doing a figure eight. And then you're drifting it across, drifting it back.
As you learn, you will crash, depending how you're learning to jump. You are going to take some hard hits, but you learn how to crash.
It's just fun. This was awesome. I've had a fantastic time, but I'm gonna go get out of some of this super awesome safety gear.
Get out of it.
And see you in a minute. We'll go get some snacks.
All right.
Floras Lake Kite Windsurf has been around for nearly 30 years. And with only a sand dune to separate the freshwater lake from the ocean, the location is truly unique. Once I had changed into some dry clothes, I was met with a little treat.
Letting the pros go on location now.
Josh, his brother, and some friends were about to showcase for me just how extreme the sport could be.